Maybe you didn't know this about the crew at Cars.com, but we love to tow. That's why we love one-ton single rear wheel turbo diesel 4x4 pickup trucks, and we know you do too. So that's why we've brought this group of heavy haulers to the mountains and deserts of Arizona for the 2018 One-Ton Truck Challenge. The first truck is the Chevy Silverado 3500 6.6-liter Duramax V8 with the High Country trim package. Next, the Ford Super Duty F350 6.7-liter Power Stroke V8 in the Lariat trim. And finally, the Ram 3500 6.7-liter Cummins i6 in Laramie trim. Every one of our diesels is rated at more than 900 foot-pounds of torque. But we know torque isn't the only reason people buy these vehicles. We start our contest with fuel economy. For the fuel economy portion of our contest, we ran our trucks over a 90-plus mile loop through the Arizona desert that included some lonely 2-lane highway, a good portion of gravelly dirt road through the backcountry, some multi-lane freeway, a good long city section, as well as a winding mountainous hill climb. What we found after our empty and loaded testing loops is that the Chevy is not only a powerful player at the track, it also does quite well in everyday driving on all sorts of road surfaces. The Chevy Duramax averaged a respectable 18.7 miles per gallon on our test loop when empty, while the Ford Super Duty delivered 17.8 miles per gallon, with Ram's Cummins finishing with an average of 16.9. When running the exact loop later in the day with our loaded trailers, meaning they had to haul an extra 13,000 pounds, the results were similar, but not exactly the same. Chevy won the contest again with a 10.4 miles per gallon. But this time, the Ram came in second place with a solid 9.9 miles per gallon, while the Ford F350 struggled with a 9.2 miles per gallon calculation. But running a long mileage test is just one way to test an engine's capability. To see what they can really do, nothing beats a good old-fashioned drag race. For that, we came to the Kingman Airport, where they closed down one of their taxi runways so that we could do some wide open throttle quarter-mile runs, both empty and with our 13,000-pound trailers. Not surprisingly, the Ram 3500 Cummins was the slowest of our three, with an empty 0 to 60 time of 9.5 seconds and a quarter-mile time of 16.9 seconds at 84.7 miles per hour. As you also might expect, when loaded with a 13,000-pound trailer, the Ram was also the slowest of the bunch with a 20-second 0 to 60 time and a quarter-mile run of 22.4 seconds at 64.1 miles per hour. Finishing in second place by the smallest of margins, the Ford F350 Power Stroke ran an empty 0 to 60 time of 7.9 seconds and a quarter-mile run in 15.8 seconds at 91 miles an hour. And with our loaded Big Tex gooseneck dump bed, the F350 ran up to 60 miles an hour in 17.3 seconds, with a quarter-mile time of 21.4 seconds at 67.2 miles per hour. And in first place, just inching out the Super Duty by the slimmest of margins, the Chevy Silverado 3500 Duramax proved to be a rocket off the line. In 0 to 60, the best run was timed at 7.68 seconds, and it ran a quarter mile in 15.6 seconds at 92 miles per hour. In loaded testing, the Duramax ran to 60 miles an hour in 17.2 seconds, and ran a quarter mile at wide open throttle in just over 21 seconds at 67.8 miles per hour. So no big surprise that the Chevy Duramax did so well on the quarter mile, but how did it do pulling up the Davis Dam grade? Our tow testing was done on the infamous Highway 68 Davis Dam grade outside Bullhead City, Arizona. That's an 11-mile section of road that climbs about 3,000 feet from bottom to summit. Knowing that all these turbo diesel engines are monster pullers, we chose the steepest 2-mile section of the climb to conduct our head-to-head runs, most of which is at a 6 or 7% grade. As a testament to how competitive the Ford and Chevy are, they ran a distance separated by less than 1 second. But it was through the midsection of the run that the Chevy Duramax just nosed ahead of the Ford Power Stroke. Chevy's time was just a little over 2 minutes and 3 seconds with a 74 mile per hour top speed, while the Ford was just 2 minutes and 4 seconds with a 72 mile an hour top speed. The Ram Cummins ran a respectable 2 minutes and 16 seconds with a 68 mile per hour top speed. We should also note that we conducted several real-world 40 to 60 tests on a designated stretch of the Davis Dam hill climb where we got each 1-ton into 4th gear up the hill to 40 miles an hour, then flat-footed the throttle to see how long it would take each of them to run back up to 60. Although the finishing order was predictable, the fact that they were all so close was not. The Chevy ran 40 to 60 in 18.23 seconds, the Ford in 18.31 seconds, and the Ram in 18.76 seconds. In the end, after we added all our scores from the week's worth of testing, the winner of our challenge was the Chevy Silverado 3500 with its powerful V8 Duramax, plush interior, and towing comfort. Coming a close second was the F350 Power Stroke. While its powertrain was plenty tough enough, the Lariat interior left us wanting, and it didn't seem to tow with as much confidence as the others. And bringing up the rear in third place was the Ram 3500. While a worthy competitor in this competition, it fell short in most of our track testing and offers a challenging media system.
So there you have it. We want to offer our sincere congratulations to the winner. This is one of our tightest competitions as long as we can remember. But we also want to make a special note that these are not perfect trucks. There's plenty of room to improve and make better. And when the manufacturers do that, we'll be right here to test again. For a more detailed look at this story, go to pickuptrucks.com.